Hi, it's Mo. Welcome back to the property vlog. This week, setting goals for 2022. So as I'm recording this, we're heading into the holiday season and lots of people over the next couple of weeks are going to be thinking about their goals for 2022. So I wanted to record a short video about how I set goals for 1, 3, 5 and 10 years based on previous experience from previous years and also property training and business and personal development training that I've done over the years. Before we jump in, please remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like and share it with anyone you think that may get value from it. There should be a new subscribe reminder bar coming up about here. So I'm going to keep this super simple and break it down into 5 easy steps. Step 1 is make a long list of the things you want. For this, you need to suspend reality. That means forget about where you are, forget about what you've got at the moment. You really just need to think about what you want. What you want might be financial, it might be spiritual, it might be destinations you want to go, it might be things you want to buy, it might be people you want to help, it might be awards you want to win, it might be sporting things you want to achieve. Whatever it is, get it documented down, and you have to suspend reality. When you're going through this process, if you think about all of the things that define where you currently are, it's really going to hamper the creativity of defining where you want to go. So make sure you suspend reality for this part. Just make a big long list of what you want. Don't worry too much about time frames for now. Just think about, whether it's 1, 3, 5, 10 years, just get it written down as a starting point, and remember to suspend reality. Step 2, you've probably heard of making goals SMART. So they need to be specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be achievable, they need to be relevant to your life, and they also need to be time bound. And we'll go through each one of these in detail now. Specific, try and be as specific as possible about your goal. You can't just say, I want to go traveling in 2022. You need to be specific. Where do you want to go? Who do you want to go with? What kind of trip is it? Is it a backpacking trip? Is it staying in 5-star hotels? Those kind of things. Who do you want to go with? We'll come on to when do you want to go a bit later on, but just be really, really specific about the goals. The more specific they are, the easier it will be for your brain to start to think about how you can actually achieve them. Measurable, your goals need to be measurable. How are you going to measure them? You need to know whether you've achieved what you set out or not. If you want more likes on your social media pages for your business, how many more likes do you want? If you want to lose weight or put on weight, how much are you going to lose? Those things need to be documented down so that your goals are measurable. Attainable, so your goals need to be attainable. Now, earlier on in this video, I talked about suspending reality of where you currently were in order to create a long list of things that you wanted or experiences you wanted, things like that. In this section, we're going to start to bring it back to reality. You need to have stretch goals, so goals that stretch you, but they also need to be realistic and need to be attainable. So you need to think about sort of physics and the world we live in. You're not going to lose 2 stone if that's one of your goals. You're not going to lose that in a week. I once had a personal trainer that said, it takes 5 years for people to put the weight on and they want to lose it in a week, and it's just not achievable. So be realistic. This is attainable. Be realistic with your goals. You need to make sure that they are realistic. If you want to buy, refurbish and sell a property, it's not going to happen in a week. You just got to think about what are the limiting factors and what are the other players in the game, and what are the laws of physics that you're working with. So this is where you start to bring it back down to reality, but remember, you still want to stretch yourself. The main thing here is about the time frame that you're working in. So most things are achievable if you give them enough time within reason. So what you got to think about here is what time frame, what time horizon are you looking at? If you're looking at something quite aggressive in terms of a goal, are you going to do it in 6 months? Are you going to do it in a month? You need to think about how long it's actually going to take. So I suppose the key thing here is not just to discount the goal because it's too big, but just to be realistic about the time it might take to achieve it and what are the small steps leading up to it. Next up is relevant. Your goals need to be relevant to your life. They need to be relevant to the values that you've got, the type of person that you are or that you want to be. They need to be relevant to the things that you want to do in your life. So your goals need to be building blocks for sort of the rest of your life. So if you want to, for example, if you want to start a business in Australia, is living in the UK for the next 3 years gonna be aligned with that? Or is it actually best to go and live in Australia, start to make connections, start to learn how the local industry works? Whatever it is, you just need to make sure that what you're planning in the near term is building towards both the type of person that you want to be in the future and also the things you want to achieve. Time bound. So a goal without a date is just a dream. So your goals need to have time frames, both for when the end goal is achieved, but also for the building blocks or components of the things that lead up to that. So for example, to take a really simple example, if you want to buy and refurbish a property and sell it by the end of 2022, you've got to work back from that. Okay, well, it's going to take 3 months to sell it, so take 3 months back from the end of 2022. It's going to take another 3 months to do the work, so take 3 months back. It can take 3 months to buy it and go through all the legals, so take 3 months off that, which means by the end of March you've got to have found a property and put an offer in. So just think about the time frame for the end result, and also the building blocks and the sort of sub goals that lead up to the bigger goal. That's obviously a really simple example with no sort of contingency built in, but just to illustrate the point around time bound and working back from the end date. So that covers off step 2, which is make sure your goals are SMART, SMART. Next up is resources. So think about the kind of things that you'll need to help you achieve your goals. So this could be the kind of person that you need to become yourself. It could be financial resources that you need, investors that you need to meet. This might be support, it might be coaching, it might be education, it might be accountability. Think about the resources you've currently got and what you need the gaps you need to fill to actually be able to achieve what you want. On the resources point, you've probably actually got access to a lot more resources than you think you have. If you just look around and if you start writing down what your goals are, things will sort of magically come into your life and show you what kind of resources you could leverage. And if in doubt, you can always go on Google, start researching the kind of goals that you've got, have a look on Google and also on YouTube, in terms of it might be a trip that someone else has done and they've vlogged about it and you can get some tips from there. There might be recommendations and all that kind of thing on Google, so check out online for some support. Step 4 is accountability. So whether this is putting what your goals are on social media, telling a loved one, friends, family, whether it's a formal accountability coach, someone you work with, you need to have some accountability. The easiest person to lie to is yourself. There are going to be days that you get up and you don't want to work towards your goal, or you get distracted by something else that comes in, and you will need someone to hold you to account. So whatever that looks like, whatever frequency it is, whether it's on WhatsApp, whether it's on the phone, whether it's in person, whether it's an email, whether it's a Facebook group, whatever it is, you'll need some accountability to help you along the way. Because like I said, you're the easiest person to lie to, and there will be days when you don't want to get up and do the things that you need to do to work towards your goals. So you definitely need some accountability in your life. And step 5 is JFDI, which stands for just do it. So you just got to get started. You can spend as long as you want planning, you can spend as long as you want talking about it, but until you start, you need to start now, get perfect later. Until you actually start with these things, you won't know what you're capable of, you won't know the resources that are out there, you won't know the people that can help you, you won't know whether you enjoy the things that you're doing, you won't know whether the goal that you set actually you're enjoying, whether it's aligned to what you want to do and who you want to be. So just got to get started. I've definitely experienced this myself, and opportunities just start to open up for you if you set your goals, look for resources around you and just get started. New opportunities will open up, business opportunities for experiences and things like that. So definitely just get started. So a quick recap at the end. Step 1, make a long list of what you want and make sure you suspend reality. Step 2, make your goals SMART, and we've got a whole section on what SMART stands for. Step 3 is resources. Look for the resources around you that you've got access to and research online the kind of resources that can help you out. Step 4 is accountability. So make sure you get yourself either an accountability partner, you pay for some accountability, or you tell friends and family what you're doing and have regular check-ins to keep you on track. And step 5 is just do it. So just get started. You'll learn as you go, you'll get perfect later, and you'll be working your way towards your goals before you know it. So I hope that helps you with your goal setting for 2022. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. Send me an email or a private message. So thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like the video, share it with anyone you think might get value from it if they're setting their goals for 2022. Hope everyone has a healthy, happy and safe festive period, and we'll see you in the new year.